Hello. In this workout, we're going to focus on accurately bending to specific notes, so that when you're doing bends, they don't sound all sour and weak. So go grab your guitar and see if you can keep up. In level 3, we've been learning about all the different types of slurs, and a slur is when you play multiple notes after plucking the string once. First we learned about trills, and then hammer-ons and pull-offs and slides, but now it's time to talk about the last one, a bend. Bends are the most expressive type of slur because they can sound like a wailing human voice. So it's a great technique to use if you want to make your listener really feel something. However, the tricky part about bends is getting them to be in tune, and that's going to require us to develop our fingers, but more importantly, our ears. Most of the time we want to bend to a very specific note, and that's usually a half step away or a whole step away. And if you either overbend or underbend, it's going to sound a little sour. So the focus of this exercise is to help you develop the muscles you need to bend, but also to refine those muscles so that they bend to just the right spot. And since you'll also have to use your ear to find where that right note is, it's going to be a good first ear training exercise too. So in round 1, we're going to focus on doing half step bends with each of our fingers. Here's what it looks like. The 5th fret on the 2nd string is the same note as the open 1st string. They're both E's. So if we shift over to the 4th fret, we can try and bend that note so it's the same as this open string. And if we play them together, it makes it really easy to find that note because you can kind of hear it wavering and then it almost locks into place. And it feels like it gets tighter. So that's the sound you're looking for. The sound of those two notes becoming one. This is actually called a unison bend. So in the first exercise, we're strumming the bottom 2 strings together in quarter notes. So on count 1 is when you start the bend, and then you're going to use the next 3 counts to try and narrow in on that unison sound. And then after beat 4, you're going to reset with your 2nd finger. Count 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And notice I've got these other fingers in the frets behind my bending finger, helping to press that string up. Definitely try that out. It's not necessary, but it helps. And that's it. You're just going to do that with each of your fingers, and then we'll bump the speed up from 60 to 70. We'll do it again, bump the speed up from 70 to 80, and work our way up to 120. Now in round 2, we're going to do another set of unison bends. This time they'll be whole steps, and we're not going to use the open string. We're going to do kind of a movable version of it that you see people use in solos all the time if you start to listen for it. Here's what it looks like. So in this round, we're going to be on strings 2 and 3. Your 3rd finger is going to be on the 3rd string in the 7th fret, and then your 1st finger is going to be on the 2nd string, 5th fret. And you're going to lock your pointer finger down so it doesn't move. This is going to be our comparison note. Your 3rd finger is going to be the one that moves. And in this exercise, instead of doing quarter notes together, we're going to go back and forth between the strings using 8th notes. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. We're just going to play that 4 times in a row, and then bump the speed up from 60 to 70, do it 4 times in a row, and work our way up to 120. And like I said, you can do this in any set of frets. And you hear this effect a lot too. So it's a fun one to mess around with. Alright, well that's all I gotta say. Let's try these exercises out. But before we do, why don't you click some of these buttons down here? Let the YouTube algorithm know to send these videos to more beginning guitar players like yourself. It'd be pretty cool if you did. Alright, here we go. Alright, here's round 1, starting at 60 beats per minute, doing the half step unison bends on strings 1 and 2. 1, 2, ready, go. 70 beats per minute. Ready, go. Beats per minute. Ready, go. Beats per minute. Ready, go. $100 beats per minute. Ready, go. $110. Ready, go. All right, here's 120. 1, 2, ready, go. All right, now let's do round 2. Going back down to 60 beats per minute, but we're going to do a whole step bend between your first and third finger on the second and third frets. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Here's 70 beats per minute. Ready, go. Here's 80 beats per minute. Ready, go. Here's 90 beats per minute. Ready, go. $100 beats per minute. Ready, go. $110. Ready, go. All right, last one. Here's 120. 1, 2, ready, go. All right, well, how was that? Those are probably some very new muscles you haven't used yet. And you'll probably feel it on your fingertips if you haven't built up a lot of callus yet. And now that you can do some sweet bends, you should try mastering this pentatonic scale shape and use these backing tracks to write some cool solos using a bunch of bends. Just keep in mind that some notes in that scale will sound better with a half step bend, and some notes will sound better with a full step bend. And we'll get into that and all the nitty-gritty details later, but until then, just kind of experiment and use your ear and your heart, and you'll find the right one. All right, well, that's it for this one. Here's some more buttons you can click if you didn't get enough earlier in the video. The more buttons you click, the better. That's what I always say. It's like a family motto. All right, see you next time. Bye.